Good morning. A few days behind here as we talk about our deliver statement for week 10 as we study Micah 6:8, which roughly says, "He has told you, O mortal, what is good, and what does he require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with God." Now, my keep, start, and stop statements. For my keep statement, I said that I was going to do good. I was going to remain in that as best I could as a sinful man. And the best way that I can think of is what I touched upon a little bit last week in my start statement about keeping the faith. Well, it's the same process. I need to journal. And yes, I know I don't like to journal, but I'm going to make this difficult for myself and make sure I do journal. But to look at times of faith, and that way I know when God has been good at me, has been good to me. But also, I think at the end of each day, it's a good thing to just write down the good that occurred to you that day. So that's my deliver statement for keeping good. And then we take a look at my start statement, which said that I was going to start walking humbly with God. Right now, I think of myself as being humble. And the more I thought about it, I thought that is actually a more selfish statement. If I'm walking humbly with God, then I don't necessarily notice that I am walking humbly because I'm doing it due to God and Him being by my side. Other people need to see me as being humble rather than myself being, "Oh, Todd, you were humble today. Good job." So that's what I'm going to start doing. That's a little bit tougher as to how I'm going to deliver on that. I think it ends up being an issue of just focusing on God when I start to think, oh, how humble I was in that situation. When that occurs, need to pray, need to understand what God's will is for me and how I can make that action of being humble, be it made known to others as something that God is doing in me rather than just what I'm doing for them, for the world. And then the stop statement was taking a twist on to act justly, thinking about it in terms of judgment. I would say that my stop statement again is going to go back to journaling. When I feel judgmental, first I need to turn that negative thought over to God. But I think it's also then appropriate for me to write down, why was I judging this person? Try to figure out where that judgment is coming from, if there's an underlying factor. And if there is, I need again to turn that over to God in prayer so that He can work on whatever that underlying root cause is for me in being judgmental of certain issues, of certain people, whatever it might be. So I definitely need to ask for God's grace in that. Thanks for watching. Still kind of up in the air as to whether or not I will be doing my live stream on Saturday, given the way that I'm feeling. Still not 100%. I've got an issue with my leg and it's just not great. So that said, I'll send a note out if I am going to have it. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday as we start week 11. Thank you so much. Do great things today and be His light.